Today, the training proper starts, and this will be your first full week of training, and you'll be going into the contents to have access to them from today. We have already released Unit 1, which is on ethics. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release all the units for the week. That's Unit 1, which will cover Monday and Tuesday. Unit 2, which will cover Wednesday and Thursday. And Unit 3, which you will do on Friday. So I'm going to release all the units for the week. So you just go through and don't have to wait. And then once you're done, you're done. And then we wait for the next week. We meet again on Monday next week. And then I'll release the units for the whole week for next week. And then we just walk through. So let me go to Brightspace. I understand that some of you are struggling with the login details. Yes, so I have checked also, and I realized that the login that IT provided, it does happen sometimes. They're not working. So I have just emailed them this morning to check and update the login details and make sure they're working. Once I get a feedback from them, I will communicate. In the meantime, I think for Muller, I provided you with the temporary login details. You can use that, but don't submit, do not upload assignment 1.1 with that login details. You can do the introductory assignment, no problem. But for assignment 1.1 on ethics and the one for 2.0 and so on, wait until you get your own login details so that it will appear under your profile, not under the profile of the temporary login details that I've given you. If there's need for extension of the due date for assignment, we'll do that. Don't worry about that. But wait until you can play around, you can download and start doing the assignment, but wait until you get your own login details before you submit, especially the assignment on ethics. Okay.
Thanks.
So let me quickly go and let's have a look at the contents for the week. Give me a moment. I'll just quickly open. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share screen now. Take us to my tutor. Okay. So if you haven't gone through the introductory contents, I suggest you can still do that and also do assignment 0.1, which is the self-introductory assignment. But for the rest of this week, you have ethics, which you will do today and tomorrow. When you go to the learning content, you will see, well, let's go back here. Okay, so you'll see ethics here, unit 1. That's for Monday and Tuesday. Then safety and hazard management is for Wednesday and Thursday. Then you have preventive maintenance for Friday. There is one assignment under ethics. There's no practical for ethics, just an assignment. And so you will download the assignment. It's a Word document and go through the instructions. And somewhere in the middle of the page, you will see a portion where it says, start writing your assignment here. That's where you start writing your assignment. Do not delete anything in that document. Leave it as is. Just write your assignment in the place where you're supposed to write it. And then you save using the saving format indicated in the document. And then you can upload, once you get your permanent login details, you upload the assignments and then it's done. For safety and hazard management, there is a practical part that you will go through, and that you will find when you scroll down, you go to the practical content folder. You'll find it there. It's not available at the moment, but I'm going to activate that soon. and together with the rest of the content for this week. Okay, and you also have an assignment. Well, yes, an activity for okay, I'm going to activate that also. Let me just go here on my own view so that we can see together. Okay, so if we go here on the content and we go to learning content, we go to safety and hazard management. Okay, let me open that from here, as well as preventive maintenance. And you will see right down at the bottom, there is activity 2.0. Just a moment, let me let this guy in. Okay, Alpheus is coming in. So there's activity 2.0. You will do that activity. You can also find it here if you go to quiz. So it's a quiz. There you have it here, activity 2.0. You will see the due date is 16th of July, so you have more than enough time. And it will be available from the 9th of July. Okay. So let's go back to contents. Then for Friday, you have the content of preventive maintenance. So there's no activity and there's no assignments or quiz or practical for preventive maintenance. The practical will come later. So you only have the theory. But for units 1 and 2, you have assignment for unit 1, you have a practical as well as an assignment for unit 2. As usual, if you have any questions during the course of the week, I'm always available to take your questions, and I'll do my best to answer as soon as possible. Okay, so are there any questions on anything so far that you would want to ask? Anything that's not clear to you, you want to know about, please feel free to ask your question. Yes, Alpheus.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Timothy and the
Good
team.
morning. Yeah.
Sorry for being late. I was held up at theater. Regarding the login details,
Yes.
did you manage to sort that out on your side?
Yes, I explained that just before you came in.
Yeah, sorry for
I realized that the login details IT provided, they're not working. So I have just emailed them this morning and I've asked them to check those login details and provide and make sure they're working and send them back to me. So once I have an all clear that the login details are working, I'll check them again myself. So once I'm happy they're working, I will let you know. But in the meantime, if I've given you a temporary login, you can use that in the meantime just to have access. If I haven't, I'm going to do that as soon as we are done with this session, so that you can access, the first introductory session and then also activity 1.1 and start work on it. But do not submit activity 1.1 and 2.0 yet until I tell you your login details are working. So do not submit with the temporary login details, otherwise it goes elsewhere, not under your profile. So wait until your login details are working correctly, then you can then submit and upload your assignment for 1.1 and 2.0. The only one you can do right now is activity 0.1, which is the introductory activity that you do on Google Doc. Okay. So you don't have to do that under your profile because it's an external platform. You can do that already. But once I have the all clear that your login details have been checked, corrected, and I've tested myself is working, then you can start uploading the rest of your assignments under your profile.
that's clear. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Timothy?
Yes.
One question. Today's ethics. Will
Yes.
that be workshop ethics or will that be more broader specification as to third parties coming into theatre and dealing with representatives as well?
Yeah, it includes all of those. Ethics with regard to the biomedical engineering and clinical engineering profession, the professional code of ethics. And you will also be introduced to what ethics is in general, as well as the ethics that pertain to even the medical practice, the Hippocratic Oath and all of that, and also the ethics that nurses follow, because you're going to be working with these people and you need to understand what drives them, how they make their decisions. So when you understand the ethics for nurses, for doctors, and then that for biomedical and clinical engineers, you have a broader perspective. And then you know how to apply that in the workplace, right? When dealing with equipment, when dealing with, technology, and also when you're relating with patients as well as doctors and nurses as part of the healthcare, as part of you are a member of the healthcare team. So you need to understand if they ask you to do something that is against the ethics of your profession, then you understand, no, as a clinical engineer, I'm not supposed to do this because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not trained to do that. So please get a fellow nurse to help you with that. I will stick to my medical devices and equipment, right? So it covers, all of that, as well as, the ethics that relate to what you do when you're working in places like theater, infection control, and so on and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's quite broad, but it's also tailored to address issues around biomedical and clinical engineering in particular.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. If there are no further questions, it's a short briefing. And if any question pops up at any time during the week, please feel free. Send a voice note message if you want to speak. Send a WhatsApp message. Send an email. But send something, and I'll do my best to reach out to you as soon as I can. Okay. But I will try to sort out your login details. I'm just waiting for IT to respond. In the meantime, Henry, I'll give you temporary access. And also with Alpheus, I'll give you a temporary login details that you can already use to access the contents. Okay. Sure. So good luck for the week. And remember, I'm always on this other side if you have any questions or issues. Okay. I think
Appreciate it.
that's
Thank you.
it for
Cheers.
now. Bye now. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.